Hi there and welcome to New Journeys Counselling. My name's Marianne and this video is frequently asked questions that couples might want to know before they access couples counselling. So as a counsellor I get quite a few inquiries from couples, and I've already done a video about frequently asked questions about counselling, so that's general. This one is more geared towards couples and what might be some of the questions you might have before you consider couples therapy. So one of the questions that most people will probably ask is, do I need therapy? Do I need couples counselling, or is there some other things I can do? So what I would say is that some of the things to consider before you make that decision are: how much negative impact is your relationship having at the moment? What are some of the sticking points? What are some of the things that you're continuously arguing about but you don't seem to get a resolution on? Because if your relationship means a lot to you and you've tried everything, you've tried talking to friends, family, you've tried communicating better, you may have tried a number of strategies, but if none of those work, then you may decide we need something more, we need a different type of intervention, maybe we need a fresh pair of eyes, and maybe we just need more support from a neutral person. So in that case, you may then say, yes, I think we do need counselling. The other question you may ask is, how can counselling or therapy help us? So as a couples therapist, what I would say is, couples counselling, any form of counselling really, is useful because you're in a room where there's no other distractions, so you don't have like your TV, phones, all the other things that can normally be a distraction when it comes to communicating. You have a neutral person in front of you who won't take sides, so that person, the counsellor, would be listening to both sides of the discussion and will be trying to keep a neutral stance, but also communicating how you both feel and doing that in a very clear way. And what that means is it helps aid positive communication. So whereas if you were just left to your own devices, you probably would just argue about something, and maybe you would continue to argue until someone gives in and say, right, you're right, or someone walks off. Within that context, when you have that 50 minutes or that 1 hour with the therapist present, it's like you can't get away from what's at the crux of the matter, but at the same time, the counsellor will help you to find resolution. So I think that's one of the benefits, but also just having the opportunity to be heard. Sometimes as a couple, you're so busy trying to be right, or you're so busy trying to score points off each other, and there's so much tension and so much emotion that you don't always hear what the other person is saying. And the main thing for counselling is the therapist will hear you, but the therapist will also encourage you both to hear each other. So that's why it's also good. The third question that you might want to ask is, how long will I need to have therapy? And that's a question that can't be answered with a straight amount. So I could say to you 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. How I work personally is that I work with couples or with individuals for as long as they need me to, but then we always have a review period after 6 weeks. So if I work with you for a period of 6 weeks, we will always sit down, review things, we will look at what's gone well, what you found useful, we will look at what you found useful, and then we will also look at what you want to focus on for the future. And then the final question is, could couples counselling make things worse for me? Now, what I would like to say is that I don't think that, no one's saying that going for therapy means that things are going to be perfect and that your relationship will then, go on to be fantastic. That is the hope, and hopefully your therapist will have brought up the issues that were affecting you in the first place and also give you guidance in moving forward positively. You're not going to go for therapy if it's going to make things worse. But one thing I want to add to that is, not every couple that comes for couples therapy will make the decision to continue in their relationship, but that decision will be their own decision together. therapy might be the last thing you've tried, and then maybe you might have 6-12 weeks of therapy, but you may then sit down together as a couple and decide we still can't be together, and that would be your decision. But what I would say is that therapy will shine a light on what some of the issues are. It will help you to explore those issues in depth, and it will hopefully be able to put you in a position where you can make a decision. Can we continue? Yes, we can, because we've put these things to bed. We're now ready to move forward. Or maybe there's just too much that's gone on. So they're probably the 4 key questions, as well as things like cost, which that varies. My fees are £50 for 1 hour of counselling, and that includes sometimes additional services I provide, so that might be additional email or Skype calls in between sessions. Those are the sorts of things I'll explore on the initial appointment with someone, what their needs are. But if you kind of really want to know what counselling is about, you always have the option of making an inquiry, of speaking to the counsellor first. You don't have to book that appointment, or booking an initial appointment where you can talk things through before you then decide on whether to proceed to therapy. So don't ever be scared of booking or making an inquiry, because obviously if you get to the stage where you feel you need it, then it's always good to maybe take the next step of action. So thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video useful. Please leave your comments if you'd like to, and I hope to see you on another video. Thank you for watching. Bye.